this is Shuttle Launch Control at T-minus 8 minutes, 29 seconds, and counting. We had a determination that the interpretation of some of the values on the liquid oxygen tanks for the fuel cells were probably not interpreted correctly, and we were in a go condition, and we got a buy-off from the various managers here and at Houston to go ahead with the countdown. Coming up T-minus 8 minutes and counting. The launch events are being controlled by the ground launch sequencer from now up to the T-minus 31 second point, where they will switch to the onboard redundant set launch sequencer. The ground launch sequencer is part of the launch processing system and operates by relaying commands to the orbiter's onboard computers, which then report back to the launch processing system that the commands have been executed. The primary job of the computers is to check all of the launch commit criteria. T-minus 7 minutes, 25 seconds, and counting. The cabin.
So there you have it. The hold is over. Into the final sequence of countdown for the launch at last. So it looks as if that problem wasn't as great as anything that could hold it on the ground for the 90 minutes which they can stick around for in this particular sequence.
And we have start of the retraction of the access arm at the 195-foot level of the fixed service structure.
They're pulling the gantry away now, Dave.
Yes, they're pulling the white room away, and the crew is now alone in the cabin.
They waited a long time, those boys, for this flight.
Yes, they have. I think each of them has rated about 15 years, which means 30 years total, but we'll find when they get back, they'll say it was worth it.
T-minus 4 minutes, 25 seconds, and counting. The APU's start has been named complete by pilot Dick Truly. Coming up on the 4-minute point in our countdown. T-minus 4 minutes and counting. T-minus 3 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. The elevons, feed brake, and rudder are being moved through a pre-programmed pattern to assure that they'll be ready for use in flight. T-minus 3 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. The shuttle is now on internal power. However, the fuel cells producing the normal needed power in the orbiter. T-minus 3 minutes, 12 seconds and counting. The profile checks of the aero surfaces have been completed and checked. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. The engine gimbal or movement check is underway to assure they're ready for flight control. The liquid oxygen valve on the external tank has been closed and pressurization begun. After the tank is pressurized, the hold capability is limited to somewhere between up to about 5 minutes. T-minus 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Mark and counting. The fuel cell ground supply of oxygen to the hydrogen have been terminated. T-minus 2 minutes, 15 seconds. The pressure in the liquid oxygen tank is at flight pressure. Coming up on the 2-minute point, T-minus 2 minutes and counting. T-minus 1 minute, 55 seconds. The liquid hydrogen vent valve has been closed and flight pressurization is underway. T-minus 1 minute, 40 seconds and counting. T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds and counting. T-minus 1 minute, 17 seconds and counting. The liquid hydrogen tank is at flight pressurization. Coming up on the 1 minute point in our countdown. T-minus 1 minute and counting. T-minus 50 seconds and counting. Coming up on 40 seconds, T-minus 40 seconds. The development flight instrument recorders are on. T-minus 35 seconds. We're just a few seconds away from switching control to the computer sequencer in the orbiter. T-minus 31 seconds, and we have held at the T-minus 31 second point. An evaluation is being made as to why the countdown has held at the T-minus 31 second point. We believe that it is because the tanks on the fuel cells pressure is not cleared with the redundant set sequencer.
This is a very late hold indeed.
Recommendation to continue. We're ready to pick up the clock. We're ready to 2, 1, T-minus 31 seconds. The clock did not resume.
So we have a hold now. Martin, this, is, as you said just now, is a very late hold.
Test conductor
It's a very late hold. From what Stu Harris is saying, it sounds as if it might be a very short hold. There might even be a problem with the clock. We're just waiting to find out.
Time is very critical.
Right, in our London studio, Jeffrey Pardo, have you got any comment to make on this very late hold?
Yes, it's about 2 or 3 seconds before it becomes very critical indeed. I don't think there's a serious problem here. I think it's a question possibly of instrumentation, the timing, the clocks. These, of course, are fundamental tanks down in the base of the actual orbiter vehicle itself, which provide basically the energy for the fuel cells, which provides all the electricity. They have to have it right to go. But it's not unusual to have just a small variation in sensors and instrumentation at this time. I hope it's just that.
Jeffrey, I've just heard them saying that they can hold for about 1 minute 20 seconds at this.
We did not have a resume of the clock and have had an indication that we have a possible problem with the software. It appears we are going to have to recycle. Now it doesn't look like we've got a good handle on it. Launch Director George Page has just recommended that we go into our scrub turnaround procedure. The clock has stopped at the T-minus 31 second point, and a determination will be made as to why that occurred. The crew is in the process of turning around and going back to an appropriate hold time.
That doesn't mean, Dave, that it's scrubbed for today.
We have a go for APU shutdown. The auxiliary power units are being shut down at the present time.
That does.
This is the major time constraint which we have when we get into the last 5 minutes of the countdown. We have the capability with the fuel on board for the APUs to have one more attempt today. If we should not succeed once we have started those APUs again, then we would have to scrub for at least 48 hours because we have put the cryogenic propellants in the external tank.
And the launch window is 4 hours, 30 minutes.
At the present time, however, no determination has been made as to precisely where we are recycling to, or whether we will be able to get the clock started once again. We are going back to the T-minus 9 minute point in the countdown at this particular point.
LR2, APU controller power, all 3 off. K3, I'm understand off? Off. Okay, APU controller power is 3, I'm going OFF off. Roger. Hydraulic main pump press, all 3 to norm.